Welcome builders, andyisyoda here. Welcome to 50 tips, ideas, tricks and hacks for building a Minecraft dungeon workshop. But of course this could apply to any part of a dungeon or even an underground base. Hopefully we're going to give you lots and lots of tips and ideas and inspiration for building dungeons and underground bases. Well, I've marked out a 21 by 21 square area and I'm making the floor out of smooth stone and netherite blocks. Now netherite blocks are obviously going to be very expensive, so you might want to come up with a dark coloured alternative. Now I'm going to show you how to do my dungeon walls. Mostly this is going to be a furnishing video, but I thought these walls are kind of integral to my design and they really do stand out nicely. So 9 high, these blocks, 3 blocks apart. These of course are polished blackstone bricks. 9 high and 3 blocks apart, and I'm putting some polished blackstone on the top just to finish things off, and it makes for some really cool walls for the inside of a base or a dungeon. So what I'm going to do is count up 4 blocks, so missing 4 blocks, and add this line of more polished blackstone bricks. Add in some upside down polished blackstone brick stairs to make little archways. And this is where the magic starts to happen at the back here. Wall blocks have really got some incredibly cool properties, and I'm going to be spreading these polished blackstone brick wall blocks all the way around the outside here, and it creates a huge amount of depth and shadow, as you'll see from the other side in just a few seconds. Really love this. I'm going to do it on the top section as well with a different colour of wall. Plenty of wall blocks to choose from. We'll place a solid block on top of that wall a little bit later on in the video. But for now, if you have a look at the depth, the shadows, absolutely beautiful. I'm going to put in a fake wall. So here's one of the next tips, is to use barrels to represent a fake door. Like that. You could even put a door right in the middle of it as well, especially a spruce door, and it doesn't look too bad. By the way, I'm using Stevens Traditional Texture Pack. Stevens Traditional. It looks very like default. I hope you agree as well. Okay, well, I'm just putting in some sea lanterns, as you see in the bottom right underneath the wall, and that lets some light come up the wall. Very cool if you have some blocks in front of that so you don't see the sea lanterns as well. And here I'm just marking in a bit of an upper floor construction, and there's the blocks going on top of the wall. Just some more polished blackstone bricks as well. And then in my little interior room here, we're going to put a prison cell. And again, I'm just building up the walls here with polished blackstone brick walls. An absolute beautiful choice of block. A few more over there as well. So yeah, rather than following this block for block, just absorb the ideas, take the inspiration and apply it to your own dungeon, your own secret underground base as well. Adding in a little floor here, simple mixture of smooth stone blocks and cobblestone. Big shout out to Rocket115 and to Potato, Raw Potato, 2 of the builders that helped me with some of these ideas as well. Big shout out to you. Using some mossy stone brick walls here at the back, and again just loving how these walls interact with the upright polished blackstone bricks, making these beautiful little shadows and nooks and crannies just where they join on as well. Again, some more stair blocks upside down there, polished blackstone stairs here as well. And that is the basic structure of my dungeon done. Now we're really onto the nitty gritty of this video, the furnishing tips. So hiding the bookcases underneath the staircase, I would definitely count that as one of the tips. And if we just move the camera over here, you can see how this dungeon really does look cool already. And again, I'm hiding some lights in here. These little lights are going into these little blocks there. These are simple sea lanterns. You could use glowstone as well. Up here we're using this beautiful crimson fence gates and crimson gate posts. Fence gates and gate posts. Is that right? Fence posts and gates. Anyway, they're crimson. They look cool. We've got a few more to add. We'll do that later on. And this is the main kind of workshop area. I'm using beehives. I'm using crafting benches, a couple of chests on top, and also some of these smithing tables as well. Really gives you kind of a crafty, constructive feel to it as well. Oh, I'm also using this special blackstone block here just to add a bit of interest to the upright columns. It is, of course, chiseled polished blackstone, I think is the name of that. Some of these new blocks, hard to remember all their names for sure. Got some lighting, simple polished blackstone brick walls with skulls on top, lanterns underneath. I've also, if you've got access to player heads, little wooden logs make for little cute benches as well. Don't forget barrels. Barrels are very good for making fake doors, for building up nice detail in your builds, and even for just partitioning areas as well. We're going to have a nice big workbench in this dungeon, the Dungeon Keeper's workshop, we're going to call this probably. What can you do to jazz up your workbenches? Well, I've used beehives, crafting tables, you've got composters, smokers, blast furnaces, so much detail. Here's a cool little detail. This warped Nilium, and the crimson Nilium looks very good, especially with the roots, the crimson twisting vine growing up and the weeping vines coming down as well. You can also have some crimson roots as well, along with the warped and the crimson trapdoors make for some really interesting otherworldly kind of fantasy little blocks there. So this is a great update. I think the Nether update is a fantastic update for underground bases and for dungeons. You can just let your imagination run riot. Little shulker box there, got some brewing stations or stands, plenty of little flower pots with the crimson mushrooms and the warped mushrooms in them as well. Great idea here to add in the trapdoors. Makes for a little teeny tiny shelf. You can only put one item onto that shelf, but there's plenty to choose from. I've gone for some creeper heads, some soul lanterns, even bamboo in a pot, and a dragon head as well. So this is a question of just adding as much detail into your dungeon as well. I think it makes for a really atmospheric build. What else can we have? Don't forget these scaffoldings look absolutely fantastic. The shulker boxes with the trapdoors around them look great as well. Here's a great addition. Of course, the chains are a wonderful addition to the 1.16 pack, and you've got these as if the shelf is hanging down from whatever roof you've got on. I've got a kind of a double height roof in this dungeon here as well, and again a nice custom player head with that beautiful diamond chest. Looks fabulous. Don't forget cobwebs. It is a dungeon, of course. And here we've got the soul campfire with bedrock round about a cauldron and the nice chain hanging down. Stick in your water and it looks absolutely fantastic with the smoke coming through as if there's steam coming off that water. Love it. Up the top here we're going to have some more of these weeping vines growing down out of the archway, which looks very weird indeed, but I love the effect. Here's a table that's been knocked over. Marshmallow Mate, shout out to him. And we're using these, is it weeping or crying obsidian blocks here? It makes it look as if there's been a big spillage with the table being knocked over, a bit of chaos in the dungeon. And I'm now using something called invisible item frames. And this is something probably only available right now in Java Edition. But invisible item frames, I'm going to be using them a bit more in this build as well, and it lets you put things on the ceilings, walls and floors placed as little flat items, and it really can add a huge amount of atmosphere into a build as you do it. So here we've got some little armor stands with some netherite armor going in as well. Great little addition to a dungeon. Got plenty of wood stored here, some logs. Got some fences, custom player head, and we're going to stick in a little fireplace in a minute. But we're going to open up this back area, and this is a great advantage of building in the 5x5 system, where every upright is 3 away from the next upright, is that you can just quickly open it up. Every corridor joins on, everything is centered above that sort of odd number of building blocks as well. So you can add on extra rooms as your dungeon or your base grows. So here we go, we're going to be adding in some more invisible item frames in a few seconds. And that represents bits and pieces. It could be tools, bits of paper, and even if you use a banner with some diamonds in it, it even looks like you're playing cards as well. So there we go. And this is a great way of using invisible item frames as well, because you put the item frame on the trapdoor, an upper trapdoor, and you can make it look like tools are hanging down in your workshop. Absolutely love that idea. Guys, if you've got some good dungeon furnishing ideas, leave it down below in the description. And if you want to see a whole dungeon made from kind of start to finish, then check out the link in the down below to my 7 upgrades to a Minecraft dungeon, and there should be a pop-out card for you to press right about now as well. Going to add in a little fireplace. Super simple. I'm not telling you how to build fireplaces, but you can add in a campfire for plenty of smoke, and I like plenty of kind of natural flames coming off the nether brick as well. Quick carpet, a little bit of a rug there, and we're getting towards the end of the video, and we're running out of tips to show you what else am I going to add to this place to bring it alive and give it a bit of atmosphere as well. A few more invisible item frames to place some small items on the workbench. Mega effective, this little tip here. And what we will do is have a look at this place at night as well, because with all the lighting, all the blocks that give off light, this place does look absolutely fantastic, especially with shaders in Java Edition. But there we go. What we'll do is have a quick look underneath the main platform here, because we make a little prison, maybe a little book shelf area under here as well would look good. So let's zoom the camera in. And as you can see here, we've got some bookcases going on. Again, recessed in that little 5x5 3-gap area. Just looks absolutely fantastic. A little bit more lighting. We've got some lighting coming down from up top as well. We're going to use more of the wall blocks to make a bit of a prison area. And one of the absolute joys of Minecraft now is how the the window panes and the iron bars interact with the walls. And we can have a little look at this place at night. It really comes to life. You can imagine it with 4 walls around the whole place, a ceiling on as well, and the sneaky, crafty, the evil Dungeon Master is working down here on the spells, the potions, sharpening the tools and whatnot. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you're inspired, and I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao, and the blocks be with you.